Let's take you here now. United States President Joe Biden visited Buffalo this afternoon. His visit follows the mass killing of 10 people over the weekend. The FBI is investigating the attack as a hate crime and an act of racially motivated violent extremism. For more now, we cross to our reporter Nick Harper, who's in Washington. Nick, thank you so much for your time. What exactly did President Joe Biden have to say? I mean, America is in shock at this moment with this mass shooting.
Yeah, they certainly are. President Biden has arrived in Buffalo. He arrived there about 30 minutes ago. We know that he'll spend a good part of the day there, potentially about 3 or 4 hours. He's already been to the Tops grocery store. That's where the mass shooting took place on Saturday. He's paid his respects. The First Lady is with him and she's laid flowers at the scene. He's now going on to meet with families of the victims, also first responders and people who helped during the tragedy on Saturday. We're told that he will spend 2 hours meeting with them, and then there will be a speech in which he will have an opportunity to address the nation. We're told by the White House that he will lay out several different things. First of all, he will call the act on Saturday despicable. He will say that it is terrorism motivated by hateful and perverse ideology. He says that that ideology could tear America apart, and he's therefore urging all Americans to reject that hate and to reject the lies and the radical ideas that divide America. By that, he seems to be suggesting the white supremacist ideas that the gunman espoused in his 180-page manifesto, the Great Replacement theory, the idea that white supremacists put forward that white Americans are being replaced by people of colour in the United States. The president will also use his speech, we're told by the White House, as an opportunity to call on Congress to take action on weapons. He will be calling for stricter gun control measures and also other measures to try and keep guns out of the hands of people who have mental illness. Now, of course, making any changes to gun control measures in the United States is a very controversial, a very divisive issue. It's something that presidents for several generations have tried to make changes to and have really run up against barriers. It's something that he will call for, but there's unlikely to be any major congressional shift, even though we have seen yet another mass shooting, the worst of 2022, and a mass shooting in which 10 people died.
Another thing, Nick, that's just come out of, this latest shooting is online hate, with live streaming, particularly at the front and center of those debates. I mean, Twitch, this company that obviously the gunmen used and they had these live videos, displayed, of course, a relatively unknown, company in the online business, but they were very quick to remove some of these videos. But online hate coming there very strongly under scrutiny.
Yeah, very much so. And lots of questions being raised as to whether essentially red flags were missed in the months running up to this killing. Several hundred pages of online messages that the gunman allegedly posted in the run-up to the killing have now been collated by law enforcement authorities, and it looks as if he was planning this and posting about it online up to 5 months before he took action. He also wrote messages how he took reconnaissance trips to Buffalo, at least 2. One the day before the shooting, another one back in March. That one in March, he went to Tops grocery, he cased the joint, as it were. He walked the aisles, he looked to see what security measures were in place, visiting the grocery store several times during the course of the day and then posting about it online. So there are many questions now, not just how to tackle hatred online, but also ways to police online more thoroughly to make sure that when people are posting about potential threats, potential actions that they want to take, that there is some mechanism for social media platforms and the people policing them to be able to identify and flag up those individuals.
Absolutely. And Nick Harper from Washington, thank you so much for that update and for your time this afternoon. All right, so that's our correspondent there, of course, United States President Joe Biden visiting Buffalo this afternoon for that horrible mass killing 10 people over the weekend.